Okay, in this video, we're going to go take the midpoint backwards. So basically, once we're given the midpoint, we're going to find the point at the end. Let's start with problem number 1. In this question, the end point is 9, -10. The midpoint is 4, 8. And we're looking for the other endpoint. So basically what that means is we have this line, and normally we're given the points at the end of the line. So normally we have a point here, and we're looking for the one in the middle. This time though, we have the point in the middle and we have the point at the top, but we're looking for the one at the very end. So to start off this problem, I'm going to line up my points just like this image. So the endpoint, the first endpoint, I'm going to start off with that. 9, -10. Then I'm going to place our midpoint in the center for 8. And then the other endpoint, which we're trying to figure out. Just leave some blanks for that. It's going to be something, comma, something. Not sure what goes there. Now, to figure out how to get from these numbers that we know, the 9, -10, the 4, and the 8, to our mystery number, we first have to figure out what the pattern is going from the endpoint to the midpoint. So what that means is, if I were to connect these numbers, 9 and 4, I need to ask myself, what do I need to add or subtract to get from 9 to 4? And if I think about it, I can see that if I subtract 5, that would be the that would be the bridge for these numbers. 9 minus 5 equals 4. If you can't figure out what that bridge is though, one thing you can do is subtract going the opposite way. So if I start with 4, I can do 4 minus 9, and that gives me that -5 that I wanted. So let's try that on the other side. So I need to find the bridge between -10 and +8. And this one's a little bit trickier. I can't tell just by looking at it. So I'm going to do reverse subtraction. So I'm going to start with 8, that middle number, and subtract -10. Now notice how I have two negatives right next to each other. What that means is it's going to become a plus. So I have 8 plus 10, which gives me +18. So I know that that bridge is +18. And I can check that in my calculator. -10 plus 18 does in fact equal 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. So now that we found our bridges, we are going to build another bridge from the middle to the end. From the middle to the end. And we're going to put on those bridges the same numbers. -5 plus 18. But now we have new starting numbers. So from the left side in that red, we have 4 minus 5, which is going to give us -1. Now on the right, we have 8 plus 18, which is going to give us 26. So I can say the missing endpoint is -1, 26. We'll have 2 more examples. Feel free to pause once you see the problem, try it on your own, and see if your answers match up. Problem number 2. Our endpoint is -9, 7. Our midpoint is 10, -3. And we are looking for that extra midpoint, that extra endpoint, sorry. So at the top, I'll put that first endpoint, -9, 7. The midpoint in the middle, 10, -3. And then our mystery endpoint that we're trying to find at the end. Blank, blank. Now let's figure out what those bridges are. So we have one bridge here and one bridge here. So our first bridge is going from -9 to +10. Now, because it's going from a negative to a positive, I know that it's going to have to be getting bigger. So there's going to be some addition involved. What I'm going to add, again, I can do reverse subtraction. So I'm going to start with that 10, and I'm going to subtract the -9. 2 negatives make a positive, so I have 10 plus 9, which is a positive 19 in that bridge. Now let's do the other side. I'm going to do some reverse subtraction again. -3 minus 7 equals -10. So I'll have a -10 on this bridge. And we can double check that that works. In your calculator, put -9 plus 19, make sure you get +10. If you did, perfect, that's the right number. Same thing on our right side. 7 minus 10 is in fact -3. You always want to double check your numbers here just to make sure you got the right ones. Now let's continue our bridge. We have a -10 on this side, a plus 19 on this side. Let's add them up. 10 plus 19 gives us 29, and -3 minus 10 is -13. And that looks correct. The missing endpoint is 29, -13. Okay, we are about to move on to problem number 3. Make sure to pause the video as soon as you see the question and try it on your own. So now our points are endpoint -6, 4, and midpoint 4, 8. Something I do want to note is make sure you're really looking at these words, endpoint and midpoint. You might see a problem where it lists the midpoint first. So don't just always put the first 2 numbers in the top and the second 2 numbers in the middle. You really want to read which each number is. So whatever number says the endpoint will go on the top, and whatever numbers match with midpoint will go in the middle. Let's build those bridges. Kind of looks like a snowman a little bit. Okay, so -6 to 4. What do we need to do to get from -6 to 4? I know it's going to be some type of addition because I'm going from a negative to a positive. But again, I can use reverse subtraction. So subtracting from the middle to the top to figure it out. 4 minus -6. Two negatives make a positive. That's 4 plus 6, which is a positive 10. So we have positive 10, positive 10. So 4 plus 10 gives us 14. Now let's do the right side. -4 to +8. Actually, let me correct this. This should be a +4. There we go. So +4 to +8. This one should be easy. 4 plus 4 is 8. But again, if you want to double check, we can do the reverse subtraction. Starting from the middle, subtracting the top, gives us +4. Now we repeat the pattern in the bottom half. 8 plus 4 is 12. So the missing endpoint is 14, 12. Hopefully that helped you figure out how to find the missing endpoint given an endpoint and a midpoint. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment, send me an email, sign up for office hours. Have a great day, evening, whatever time you're watching this video.